What if I told you that in 2026, Nigerians are relocating abroad with less money than what it costs to sponsor or plan a proper Nigerian wedding? Less than that. Yes, I'm not talking about US or Canada or UK. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 cheapest countries that you can relocate to. Guess what? Accommodation is cheap, visa processing is cheap, transportation is cheap, so you are able to stand your ground on time because it does not cost so much to relocate to these countries. And if you know that you actually been looking to relocate it from Nigeria, this video is for you. You can still relocate in 2026. Yes, there is time for you to relocate, and this video I'm going to be exposing the cheapest country, how to apply, everything you need to know about these countries, and how to start your application right away. So if I were you, I will share this video to a friend that needs this. Stay tuned.
Many people want to leave Nigeria, but the biggest problem is money. Some countries will drain your account before you even enter the plane. High tuition, expensive proof of funds, outrageous rent, expensive healthcare, and before you know it, you're stuck. But in this video, I'm going to show you some of the cheapest countries Nigerians can relocate to in 2026. Countries where people are quietly moving to study, work, start businesses, and even build a better life without spending millions and millions. And trust me, some of the countries on this list will shock you. Make sure you watch till the end because the last country on this list is becoming one of the easiest and cheapest hidden relocation spots for Nigerians right now. And if you're new here, welcome to Social and Travels, where we talk about relocation opportunities, visas, travel tips, and how to legally move abroad. Now let's get into it. Now before we even talk about the countries themselves, let's first understand why more Nigerians are now searching for cheaper relocation options. Because relocation in 2026 is very different from what it used to be years ago. There was a time when people could just pick one popular country, apply, and somehow figure things out later. But now, things are more expensive, visa rules are tighter, and surviving abroad has become a serious conversation. Today, many Nigerians are no longer just asking, "How do I leave Nigeria?" The real question people are asking now is, where can I realistically survive after relocating? Because honestly, there's no point relocating to another country only to suffer financially every single month. And this is something social media doesn't always show. On Instagram and TikTok, you'll see beautiful videos. Snowfall aesthetic apartments, airport transitions, luxury shopping malls, clean streets, soft life content. But what many people don't show you is the loneliness, the expensive rent, the bills, the stress of finding jobs, the pressure of converting currencies, and the reality of trying to survive abroad. Some people relocate and discover that transportation alone is draining them. Others discover that one small room costs almost their entire monthly salary. Some even struggle with basic feeding. That's why in 2026, smart relocation is no longer about moving to the most popular country. It's now about moving to a country that gives you a balance. A country where your money can stretch further, your rent is manageable, transportation is affordable, you can build gradually, and you can still have opportunities to grow. And another thing happening in 2026 is that many Nigerians are now exploring countries outside the usual options. Before, everybody only talked about Canada, UK, USA, Australia. But now people are looking into countries in Eastern Europe, Asia, parts of the Middle East, smaller European countries, emerging relocation destinations. Because some of these places are less saturated, less expensive, and sometimes easier to enter. And let me say this clearly. Relocating cheaply does not mean relocating carelessly. Please don't misunderstand that. Cheap relocation is not about using fake documents. It's not about illegal migration. And it's not about entering countries without proper planning. What we're talking about is affordable study pathways, affordable living costs, countries with lower tuition, countries with manageable visa requirements, and places where your finances can breathe a little. Because let's be honest, not everybody has 50 million naira sitting in their account. Some people genuinely want a better life but need countries that are financially realistic. And that's exactly why this video is important. Because one good decision can literally change your life. The first country on this list is Turkey. Now, when many Nigerians hear Turkey, the first thing they think about is tourism. Some people think about Turkish movies. Others think about shopping or vacation. But in recent years, Turkey has quietly become one of the affordable relocation destinations people are paying attention to. Especially for students, entrepreneurs, and people looking for alternative relocation pathways. Now, one thing that attracts people to Turkey is the lifestyle. Turkey has modern cities, beautiful infrastructure, good transportation systems, and in some areas, the cost of living can still be lower than many Western countries. For example, compared to countries like the UK or Canada, rent can be cheaper, food can be more affordable, transportation costs can be lower, and some universities offer more affordable tuition. And because Turkey sits between Europe and Asia, many people also like the strategic location. Some Nigerians relocate therefore, studies, business, fashion, and trade, importation opportunities, remote work lifestyles. Cities like Istanbul are extremely popular because they're vibrant and international. But there are also smaller cities where living costs can be even cheaper. Now let me be very honest with you. Turkey is not perfect. No country is. The economy has experienced inflation challenges. Currency fluctuations can affect prices. And outside major cities, language barriers may become difficult if you don't understand Turkish. Another thing people need to understand is this. Relocating to Turkey without skills or a proper plan can still be difficult. Please don't just pack your bags because somebody on TikTok said life is soft there. Research properly. Understand the visa requirements. Understand the cost of living. And understand how you plan to survive after relocation. But overall, compared to many countries Nigerians usually target, Turkey still remains one of the more affordable options in 2026. The next country on this list is Poland. And honestly, Poland has become one of the biggest relocation conversations among Nigerians recently, especially among students and young professionals. Why? Because Poland is seen by many people as one of the more affordable entry points into Europe. Now, obviously, Europe is not cheap generally. But compared to countries like the UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Poland can still be more manageable financially for some people. One major route Nigerians use for Poland is the study route. Many universities there offer tuition fees that are lower than what you'll see in some Western European countries. And another thing people like is that the cost of living in certain Polish cities can still be relatively affordable. Transportation systems are organized. Student discounts exist in many places. And some people combine studies with part-time jobs. Now, apart from studies, some people also relocate through skilled jobs, tech opportunities, factory work, logistics, jobs, labor-related opportunities. And because Poland is in Europe, some people also see it as an opportunity to gain international exposure and experience. But again, let's keep things realistic. Poland also comes with challenges. The weather can be very cold, especially for Nigerians who are not used to snow and freezing temperatures. Cultural adjustment can also take time. And depending on the city, language barriers may exist. Another important thing. Not every agent online telling people to relocate to Poland is genuine. Please be careful. Verify schools properly. Verify job offers properly. And make sure every document you're using is legitimate. Because immigration fraud can destroy future travel opportunities. But overall, Poland remains one of the countries many Nigerians are seriously considering in 2026 because of the balance between affordability and opportunity. Now let's talk about another country people don't mention enough. Malaysia. Honestly, Malaysia is one of those countries that quietly surprises people. Because when many Nigerians think about relocation, Asia is not always the first place they consider. But Malaysia has gradually become attractive for people looking for a more affordable international lifestyle. Now, one thing people love about Malaysia is the balance between affordability and development. The country has modern infrastructure, beautiful cities, organized transportation, international communities, and relatively affordable living compared to many Western countries. Kuala Lumpur especially is one city many people admire. The city looks modern. Transportation systems are efficient. And compared to some Western countries, your money may stretch further. Another major advantage is education. Malaysia has become popular among international students because some universities offer lower tuition fees. And some students prefer it because living costs can be cheaper, accommodation can be more affordable, feeding may cost less, and the environment can feel more comfortable for international students. Now, apart from students, some Nigerians also relocate there while building remote jobs, online businesses, freelance careers, digital careers. And honestly, in 2026, digital skills are changing relocation completely. Many people no longer depend only on physical jobs abroad. Some people are earning online while living in cheaper countries. And that combination can create a much more comfortable lifestyle. But once again, let me keep it honest. Relocation is not automatic success. You still need planning, financial discipline, skills, adaptability, and patience. And you must always research immigration policies carefully because rules can change. But overall, Malaysia remains one of the countries many Nigerians are now considering because it offers a more affordable international lifestyle compared to many popular Western destinations. Now let's talk about a country that many Nigerians are only just beginning to discover. Georgia. And again, I'm not talking about Georgia in America. I'm talking about the country Georgia, located between Europe and Asia. Now, what makes Georgia interesting is that it has slowly become attractive to foreigners because of its relatively affordable lifestyle. Compared to many European countries, rent can be cheaper, transportation can be cheaper, food expenses may be lower, and some immigration pathways can feel less complicated. Now, one thing many people like about Georgia is that it gives a European-type environment without some of the extreme costs you may find in bigger European countries. The capital city, Tbilisi, especially has become popular among international students, remote workers, entrepreneurs, digital nomads, small business owners. Some people relocate there to build online businesses while enjoying lower living expenses. And honestly, in 2026, this digital lifestyle is becoming more common. Some people now intentionally choose cheaper countries so they can reduce pressure financially while building their careers online. Imagine earning remotely while living in a country where your expenses are lower. That's why countries like Georgia are becoming more attractive. Now, another thing many people mention is that Georgia can feel calmer and less crowded compared to some major global cities. But let's also discuss the reality. Georgia is not a magic relocation destination. You still need proper planning. You still need to research your visa options carefully. And you still need to understand the culture and language differences. Another thing is this. Please don't rely only on information from random TikTok videos or WhatsApp groups. Immigration rules can change. Visa policies can change. Requirements can change. Always verify information directly from official immigration websites or trusted professionals. Because some people relocate based on incomplete information and later struggle badly. But overall, Georgia remains one of the emerging affordable countries Nigerians are now paying attention to in 2026. Now let's talk about Cyprus. Cyprus has become increasingly popular among Nigerians, especially students. And one reason is because compared to countries like the UK or the US, some people see Cyprus as a more financially accessible option. Now Cyprus offers beautiful environments, warm weather, international communities, and a more relaxed lifestyle. And for students especially, some universities there can be more affordable than schools in bigger Western countries. Some Nigerians choose Cyprus because tuition may be lower, accommodation may be cheaper, daily expenses can sometimes be more manageable, and the student route can feel more accessible. Now, one thing many people don't realize is that relocation is not only about entering a country. It's about what happens after you arrive. Can you survive there? Can you build a life there? Can you legally work? Can you adapt mentally and emotionally? Because a lot of people online only show the glamorous side of relocation. But behind the scenes, many immigrants go through homesickness, financial stress, loneliness, cultural shock, depression, job struggles. That's why before relocating anywhere, including Cyprus, you need to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and financially. Another thing, do not relocate with the mindset that life abroad automatically becomes easy. No, abroad still requires hard work. In fact, many immigrants work harder abroad than they ever worked in Nigeria. But the difference is that in some countries, your efforts may give you more opportunities and better systems. And that's what many people are searching for. Better systems. Better opportunities. Better quality of life. And for some Nigerians, Cyprus has become one of those alternative destinations worth considering. Now, before you pack your bags and start pricing flights, there are some very important things you need to understand. Because relocation can either improve your life or completely frustrate you if you move unprepared. So let's talk about the things many people ignore before relocating. 1. Cost of living. The first thing you must research is the cost of living. And please, don't only focus on visa fees. Some countries may have cheaper visas but extremely expensive living costs. Research things like rent, transportation, electricity, feeding, internet, healthcare, taxes. Because some people relocate and discover that almost their entire salary disappears into bills. 2. Job opportunities. The next thing is job opportunities. Ask yourself, are foreigners getting jobs there? What industries are growing? Is the country good for students? Is remote work possible there? And please don't assume jobs are waiting for you immediately after arrival. Some people spend months searching before getting stable income. 3. Immigration pathways. Another important thing is understanding immigration pathways. Are you relocating through study, work, business, skilled migration, remote work? Every pathway has different requirements. And please avoid fake shortcuts. One immigration mistake can affect your future travel opportunities permanently. 4. Language barriers. Another thing many Nigerians underestimate is language. Some countries do not speak English widely. And that can affect jobs, communication, daily life, integration. Imagine trying to buy food, rent an apartment, or attend interviews in a language you don't understand. 5. Weather and culture shock. Let's also talk about weather. Some Nigerians relocate and experience snow for the first time in their lives. And honestly, not everybody adjusts easily. Seasonal depression is real for some people. The loneliness can also be intense, especially when you move far away from family. 6. Long-term future. Another major thing is your long-term future. Ask yourself, can I eventually get permanent residency there? Can I legally stay long-term? Can I build a future there? Is citizenship possible eventually? Because relocation is not just about escaping Nigeria. It's about building stability. Now let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes Nigerians make when relocating. Because honestly, some relocation mistakes can completely destroy people financially. Mistake 1. Relocating without a plan. The first mistake is relocating emotionally. Some people are simply tired. Tired of Nigeria. Tired of the economy. Tired of struggling. And because of frustration, they rush decisions. They sell properties, borrow money, empty savings, and relocate without proper planning. Please don't do that. Mistake 2. Believing social media too much. Another mistake is believing everything online. Social media only shows highlights. People rarely post their struggles, their unpaid bills, their loneliness, their immigration stress, their depression. So don't compare your real life to somebody's edited TikTok video. Mistake 3. No skills. Another huge mistake is relocating without valuable skills. In 2026, skills are becoming everything. Especially digital skills. Because many people now survive abroad through remote jobs, freelancing, online businesses, digital careers. Skills like digital marketing, tech UI, UX, video editing, copywriting, virtual assistants, content creation, social media management. These skills can literally save you abroad. Mistake 4. Using fake documents. Please, avoid fake documents. Avoid fake bank statements. Avoid fake admission letters. Avoid fake job offers. Immigration fraud can destroy future visa opportunities. And many embassies now verify documents carefully. Mistake 5. No emergency savings. Another mistake is relocating without backup funds. What if you don't get a job immediately? You fall sick. Your accommodation changes. Unexpected expenses happen. Emergency savings are extremely important. At the end of the day, relocation is a personal journey. There's no perfect country. Every country has advantages and disadvantages. But one thing is certain. A lot of Nigerians are now becoming smarter about relocation. People are no longer chasing only the most popular countries. They are now searching for countries where they can actually survive, grow, and build a future realistically. And honestly, that's the smarter approach. Because relocation is not a competition. Your journey does not have to look like everybody else's. Some people will relocate through study routes. Others through work. Others through remote careers. And some people may even decide to stay in Nigeria and build something amazing. The important thing is making informed decisions. So before choosing ANY country, research, properly plan, financially build skills, verify information, and think long-term. Now I really want to hear from you guys. If you had the opportunity to relocate tomorrow, which country would you choose and why? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because on this channel we talk about relocation opportunities, visa update, scholarships, work abroad opportunities, travel tips, and how to legally move abroad. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.